Hey everybody, I'm Nate Moore. This is Excel video 189 in MooreSolutionInc.com series of videos on how to use Excel in a medical practice. Today what I want to do is, we've done some if, count if, average if. I want to spend just a minute talking about counting in Excel and a couple of different count functions and make sure you understand how counting works in Excel now that we've done count if and some of the other things. What I have here is just a couple of columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns with some different types of data in here. There are three different counting functions I want to play with just for a minute today. The first is count, the second is count A, and the third is count blank. Count is what you think it is. It's going to count the cells, but it only counts numbers. Look at this column here. I've got 10 numbers here, and count will count 10 numbers, but when you do 7 years ago, count won't see any of those as being numbers, so the count will still be 0. So if it's numbers, count picks it up. If it's not numbers, count doesn't pick it up and leaves a 0. Count A, and the function looks just like that, count A. What that does is it counts anything that's not blank. So it's going to get 10 for these numbers. It's also going to get 10 for the Gettysburg Address here. It'll count the text as well as numbers. The third function is called count blank, and what count blank will do is just that. It will count the blank cells in a range. So for my range from B3 to B12, there are no blank cells here, there's no blank cells here, so both of these are 0. In my third column right here, these are blank cells. There's nothing in the cell, and so count A misses them. Count and count A miss them, I guess I should say, and count blank picks up all 10. The reason I threw this column in here, if you look, what I've got is just a space in there. And the reason I did this is I've seen some EMRs that when they have no data in a given column, when they're exporting to Excel, what they do is they dump it out with a space instead of an empty cell. And you have to watch these, because here the cell's empty, here the cell looks empty. I mean, for all intents and purposes, this looks just like that. But inside here is a space, and if you don't pick that up and notice it, you'll think it's empty when it's not. And look at the difference. Count A is not going to get anything that's blank. If it really is blank, count A is not going to get it, and count blank will get all 10. If there's a space in here, then count A is going to get it. Count A is going to see, hey, that space counts as text, I'm going to count it, you get 10. And count blank is going to do just the opposite. It says, hey, that space looks like text, I'm not going to count it, and you're going to get 0. So count A and count blank are a good way to distinguish between, hey, did my EMR not have any data here, or did they sneak something in on me when I think it's blank and it's not? And you think, well, this is obvious and I should be able to tell. The thing that's hard is if you've got data interspersed with blanks. That's when it's really helpful to have count A and count blank looking at it to make sure you understand how many are really blank and how many are really empty. What I have here in this last column is simply some text, some numbers, and some blanks. So count is going to get the 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. Count A is going to get the 4 numbers plus the 4 text. And count blank will get the 2 cells that really are blank. If you go in here and do this, and now there's one of those EMR specials where you get a blank cell that's not really blank. Count A will count it and count blank won't. And that will help you track those and make sure you're getting what you think you're getting when you're looking at reports exported out of your EMR. That's what I wanted to show you about counting. Stay tuned. Next time I've got another Excel function for you. Thanks for watching.